the 9 most mysterious ships in the world. Dear friends, it's about the most famous ships in the world. What name do you think of? Please comment down below. And always, you guys, I used to know every ship. Titanic ends thrilling maritime disaster. Real life is turned into a movie. But really, there are many famous connected to the mysterious stories behind. For example, the ship that was on the seabed in the 16th century. But it's still intact. Like it sank yesterday. 2 ships passing through a scary sea. Get everyone on board. 10 years old in just a few minutes. And a lot of other mysteries. Let's explore now and always, friends. The mystery 1,600-year-old ghost appears intact as it sank yesterday. How old are you this year? And make sure that time. Then everything around you will change. But there's a ship in Spain, discovered after 1,600 years of disappearance. It looks as if it's only been submerged for a few days. You didn't hear it wrong. S. Fontinalis. It belongs to the Romans. It's been hit by violent waves, buried about 1,600 years ago, anchored in the Gulf of Panama, with all ships and cargo. From there, until much later, no one's found anything related to the ship. It's strange in 2019. It was suddenly found near one of the busiest beach in Spain. It's amazing to because everyone. Of the incredible integrity. On a ship carrying hundreds of ancient two-strawn vases, slim neck, gourd body used for wine olive storage, oil, and garum. They're still intact and neatly arranged. There's also a puzzling thing. It's a 12-meter-long ship, located just 50 meters from the East Sea, and it's just 2 meters above sea level. Buried in the sand. But no one's discovered it after 16 centuries. They even found some of the shoes intact, a piece of woven fabric, and many other items. It looks like it just sank yesterday. The mystery of Noah's Ark. You've heard of the legend of the ship. Noah never remembered. It's derived from Christian legends. When the ancestors of mankind broke the law, and God created a great flood to destroy it, all the seeds of the evil in the world. But he didn't destroy a man named Noah. Because you have an honest and kind heart, so he told Noah to build a boat. It's so big to be able to all the family members, along with all animals. But each species can only carry one pair. The species. Noah listened to him and built a 360-meter boat with 23 meters higher than 13 meters. It weighs 5,000 tons and it's been divided into 3 tiers. Noah's family and all the animals. A pair of each is put on the boat. The great flood lasted for 40 days and nights. Noah's boat is now adrift in the flood. And, as recorded in the Bible, the boat crashed into Mount Ararat. It's in eastern Turkey today. Inherently, it's considered a legend in the Bible. But 1876, a noble house. I picked up on the top of this mountain a piece of wood at an altitude of 4,500 meters and claimed that these are the remains of Noah's Ark. Then there were more and more traces of the ship. The legend, there's a picture in there. A Turkish pilot of Noah's Ark. And surprisingly, after the image was processed and according to measurements and calculations, the boat is about 156 meters wide, almost the same size as in the legend. It wasn't until July 1955 that a team of explorers found the wood again. It is at least 4,484 years old. It also coincides with the time of the legend, Noah. There are a lot of opinions now. The true existence of Noah's Ark. Some people believe it's real, but some people also say that it's just a legend. So what's your opinion? Please comment directly below you. Cursed ship found after 355 missing in us. There's an extreme Another case. One has appeared recently in the US. It's about finding a ship after almost 355 disappears. And this solves Code 1 of the maritime mysteries and most notorious. This ship is called Griffin. It's missing on his first voyage in 1679, from Niagara Falls to Green Bay. This place is in Lake Michigan. However, lost on the way, valuable fur crates. And that disappearance used to be paper. The rumors suggest it was a prophet of the Iroquois tribe, cursed. And according to legend, these Native Americans got on board, steal fur, and set it on fire. They even cursed the ship. Then Griffin becomes a ghost ship that escapes, to escape on moonlit nights, accompanied by the singing of the crew. However, recently, the ship was the curse and the attack of the Indians. It's not real. It has been determined that the ship crashed in a storm. There was no sign of fire or sinking on board. Submarine goes through the Bermuda Triangle. More than 90 sailors aged 20 It's about the most mysterious places on Earth. It must be called the Bermuda Triangle, an area that is not It's in the western part of the North Atlantic. Over the This is where a lot of planes have been swallowed and ships, mysteriously. Every time I pass by, the history of the world has also seen it. It's a very mysterious and it's story. Not answered here. That's more than 90 sailors suddenly getting 20 years old. After sitting, you're driving them through these three demons. According it's an old Soviet submarine. This captain is Nigra Krepis Nazibe. He recounted that once on a mission in normal way, Bermuda suddenly sinks the ship and disappears in the blink of an eye. They went into a mysterious sea. But it all happened very quickly because just a few minutes later, the ship was controlled to float on the water. But a strange thing that happened was when we checked the location. The whole crew discovered the ship in Eastern Africa, a place about 10,000 kilometers from the original location. But the most shocking, all 99 crew members are aging. He is 520 years old compared to his real age. You didn't hear it wrong. Just that the people on board are aging super fast. It's like in a fantasy movie. Some of them even showed up. Signs of age. For example, wrinkles, white hair, or significantly reduced vision. Since then, the case still rocking the world. Russia's financial institutions then went on to investigate this mystery. But there's still no AI to explain this mysterious phenomenon. The legend of the Dutch ghost ship. When it comes to haunted things, what do you think of immediately? Haunted house, haunted doll, or something? Please comment your thoughts below. There is a story that haunts the country. Land for many centuries ago. In 1641, a ship of the East India Company, the Netherlands, has mysteriously sunk off the coast of South Africa before forever lying at the bottom of the sea. The ship was carrying a captain named Van der Decken and his crew are returning to the Netherlands after a trip to the ocean. While controlling the ship, the captain did not realize that it's headed straight for a storm, and just a few We're all caught in a big storm. In this situation, the captain screaming like crazy and swore to come back to this headland, even if we have to stay at sea until the end of the world. Since then, people have believed that, mysteriously missing near the Cape of Good Hope, it seems to have been sealed, doomed to float on the sea forever. Unable to dock, and the haunted ship frequently to intimidate visitors who passed through these waters. One of them was the Prince of Wales. He later became King George. When we passed here in 1881, the prince told me that at 4 o'clock that morning, the haunted ship, I thought it was only in legend, suddenly appeared and overtook his ship. The entire ship was emitting a strange red light. It makes everything around you shine. And it was also the first time I see such a big sail out in 1942. The haunted ship. It also threatened another group of people to cross that sea. In the same way, it also suddenly appears and disappears. A trace of something. Too. There are many other scary rumors about the sea and this haunted ship. There, still, on the list, land can't explain it. The missing Swiss ship 35 suddenly appeared. This mysterious ship is called Decoding. He disappeared in October 1931. It was produced in 1914 in Switzerland. This is a giant armored ship weighing 1,332 tons and run on steam. Is responsible for transporting goods to Sweden and vice versa. The first Beachmo delivered to England. Since then, known to the whole after 9 successful sea voyages in the harsh northwestern waters of Canada, but success didn't come the 10th time. In October 1931, as the ship makes its way to Vancouver, it's been trapped in the thick ice near the city, Barrow, Alaska. After a blizzard hit, when the ship crashed, some of the crew safely departed by sea. The captain of the center doesn't want to give up this boat. They stayed somewhere near the ship, stuck waiting for the blizzard to end. But now suddenly, the Decoding is gone. The captain thought, maybe because it's seriously damaged. So it sank into the sea. So they decided to abandon the search and get back on the plane. But the strange thing is, a few days later, resident discovered Decimo appeared in a place away from the captain's position. The storm is not far away. There is no driver on the boat, but it's still moving. From there, this ship wanders off in waters near Alaska. Those who discovered it were inaccessible. Every time I get on board, the weather always happens very suddenly. This makes people think that the ship was cursed by the dead. So, since 1939, everyone has avoided And it didn't show up for years. But I can't believe that 23 years later, in 1962, they saw it floating in an ocean. It's called Beaufort. The last time anyone saw it was 1969. 38 years since the incident. Since then, this ship has disappeared, and I don't know if it's floating somewhere we don't know about or not. Ancient Chinese ship sank at the bottom of the South China Sea. China always has something mysterious and that the world knows there's a ship that sank at the bottom of the South China Sea from the 1100. It was found by an expedition company. That was in 1987. These two companies are implementing the plan for the company's ship. The Netherlands sank in the 1700s in the South China Sea. They found the body again. A merchant ship about 30 meters long. Intact packages from the 1100s of in the waters between Hong Kong and Tilin Island in Guangdong province. After determining that the ship dates to the Southern Song period of the 12th century, China decided to name it the Nan to Wreck. Being at the bottom of the sea for so long, the ship's entire hull was coated with a 1.8 meters thick SA coat. And that's what keeps it. Wooden hull and its cargo, including porcelain, gold, artifacts. The coins from the Song dynasty are still intact. The recovery of this ship took 20 years. And this whole area has been taken by the Chinese Navy directly to protect. The excavation ended in 2007. Show the strong Qi tolerance of China at a cost of about $20 million. And now this ship is at 15,600 T. The goods inside were shipped to the museum. Silk Road on the Sea of Guangdong province. And it's kept in a very specific way. It's especially about putting a ship in a saltwater tank. And most of the goods hasn't been taken out of the bunker yet. Off the ship. Octavius Ghost Ship. Octavius is one of the mysterious names of the sea throughout the years. And so far, it's become an obsession every time it's mentioned. The story begins in 1761, when the Octavius anchored in the port of Dona with new, and the destination is China. The boat is full of people, including the captain and his wife and children. Their trip to China was safe, and when I come back to you, the weather was suddenly unusually so warm. The captain decided to take the boat, follow a maritime route. There was never a conqueror at that time. That's the Northwest Passage. But in the end, it didn't come back and was declared missing at 1770. A whaling ship just saw it drifting off the coast. Greenland coast. They checked the ship and detect all the sailors. The crew was frozen because of the Arctic cold. Not only that, the story of Octavius is even more mysterious, with ship captain details found sitting at the table, working with a diary. The last recorded event in the book, freezing, occurs in 11 November tahun 1761. Octavius has been trapped in the Arctic for almost 14 years because of the captain's wrong decision. Octavius, it's gone through the Northwest Passage, and it's stuck in the ice Alaska to the north. Made the entire crew, including your family, in the deadly cold. Location, it shows it's completed its journey to the Atlantic. It's like a ghost ship, while there's no surviving AI on board. And being so afraid of this Octavius ghost ship, the whaler didn't dare to drag it back to port and left it floating offshore. So far, it hasn't reappeared. No one knew this ship had sunk. Bottom of the ocean, or still adrift somewhere on the high seas. The strange phenomenon of flying ships hovering on the sea in England in the last few years. I once had a picture that made the world. It's an amazing picture of a ship. Large watercraft flying over the sea at this picture. Some people will think that this is a picture. Photoshop. But this picture is real. The strange flying sailor ship in the photo was a man named David Morris. Pictured in the town of Fordman, Mr. Maurice said the moment he saw the scene above. You yourself are amazing. And can't believe my eyes. In the middle of a wave of public opinion, with all meteorological experts explain, it's actually an illusory phenomenon. Fata Morgana usually occurs in the Arctic, but can also appear in winter in you. It's extremely rare. They explained that this phenomenon, the temperature varies in an area. It bends light and changes the image of objects, maybe from a distance. Specifically, in Mr. Morris's picture, the ship is hovering in the air. It's a real place on the sea. However, there are still many people who believe that. It's a mysterious phenomenon. It's something that science can't explain. What about you guys? Do you believe this is true or not? What about you guys? Share your opinion right down below. Hey guys!